First trip in the
converted van.
Converted DIY electric e-NV campervan.
So we've roughed it before, but this is all singing, all dancing.
It's the first night we've stayed in it with a proper bed in it, basically. And you know, we've got electrics and
running water.
Yeah, and heating. Big
Right.
EV van. So this is a 24 kilowatt hour 2014 e-NV200. Range is probably max 80 miles on a motorway. So we've also got a 24 kilowatt hour Leaf, and we've found the range to be pretty similar around town on A roads, and not too dissimilar on motorways as long as you keep the speed down. We found as soon as the speed gets up, you know, much above 50 miles an hour, because the van's got a big frontal area, it you know, the drag is much more. We've currently done 20 miles and it's showing we have 70 miles left, so estimated 90 miles of range, but I know from experience we're not going to get that. Probably yeah, it might get 85 if we pushed it. We'll see what we have left in 70 miles time. So just done 70 miles, well 68.7, and we've got 13 remaining at 14%. So yeah, that's probably it is about 10% less than we would get in the Leaf. At least this fully loaded. We're estimating we've got about 300 kilos, possibly more of weight on board. Right, here we are, check the services. Let's get charging. All right, we're charging. Should also add, we also had a cool box running flat out, and we had a 12 volt kettle here, heating water up ready for our brew. So and we had the heater on, 14 degrees outside. So yeah, all that used a little bit more energy than usual. But the good thing is about the 24 kilowatt hour, it charges incredibly fast. So in about 15-20 minutes we'll be up to about 80%.
Wait.
In the back of the van. Oh, it's good to put your feet up for a few minutes while charging and make a coffee. 12 watt kettle, takes about 10 minutes to boil about two mugs worth of water. Ooh, we got a visitor. Hey mate, what would you like? Coffee?
Decaf flat white.
Decaf flat white. Okay, coming up. Cheers. I was quite skeptical about 12 watt kettles because I'd heard lots of like bad reviews about them. But actually this one's pretty good. It's basically a thermos, so it obviously keeps really warm even when the water's boiling inside. It's cold to touch, and it does take about 10 minutes to boil. So about 10 minutes before you reach your destination, you just put it on, and you know, it just boils away, and it doesn't matter if it falls over. It's all like totally sealed. So yeah, it's quite impressive. After 23 minutes of charging, back up to 72 miles of range, 79%. See on this by here. Next stop, Lancaster. Alright, making good progress, just charging off Burton near Kendal. There's Bailey. He's definitely got the best seat in the house back there. Just chilling. Is he gonna come say hello? Hello, Bailey. Oh, here he comes, here he comes. Oh, he's a big stretch. He's being to some good sleeping. Hello. What do you think of the van, Bailey? Yeah, that's the approval. Now I need to go clean my lens.
Yeah.
First evening in the van. Cheers. Are we going to mention what happened this morning? So this isn't just the first night in the van, it's also the first night
legally
being legally married. Yeah, so we got married this morning. We'd actually had a ceremony in the up the can. Too much beer. Too many sips. My 2 sips of beer. Ooh, that's too bright. Yeah, we actually had a ceremony in the summer, but we hadn't actually done the legal bit until recently, which was overdue because I forgot when I renewed the car insurance that we needed to actually be married to say we're married, but I thought we were. But we are now officially married. Did the registry office thing. In Scotland tomorrow.
Hello.
Give you a nice cute dog. Yeah. There we go.
Maybe after your dinner.
What do you think of the van, Bailey? You can see food. That's what he thinks. Aww.
Oh, thanks, Bailey.
Alright, night night everyone. This is what bedtime looks like in the e-NV200 electric camper. Climate control set to 16 degrees. That sounds cool, but we're not used to much heating in the bedroom. It's actually warm compared to it's about 4 degrees outside now. Night everyone. Night night. Quick morning charge. Kendall services. Hi Betty. Hello, yes, I know you love being on film. And yeah, having some breakfast, made a coffee. Another Leaf charging next to us. Yeah, good night of sleep. We had the heating and aircon on all night. Seemed to use just over 1% an hour.
It was tasty while our installation's working too well.
Yeah. Here we go.
Welcome to Scotland!
3, 2, 1. We're in Scotland. Alright, made it to Abingdon with 8% left, having to unintentionally come here when we were hoping to stop about 20 miles ago, but due to an accident we were forced onto the motorway for another stop with a really big hill. Right, this is first charge in Scotland. There we go, we're charging 8%. We're rolling. Happy days. First free charge in Scotland. Scotland. This eco campsite that we're staying at. It's nice, we're plugged in and charging on a big solar PV roof, which is great. Amy's out sussing the place. I'm here with Bailey and it's definitely dinner time. It's been really good. Okay Betty, you ready? Go on! There he is. Eating his dinner on the driver's seat. It's gonna be his chair tonight when we're cooking. Right, let's get some dinner on. last night we camped here in the middle of this forest, and yeah, we're going climbing, and it's pretty windy today. Just getting a few things together before we go. Amy packing up and Bailey. So yeah, van's faring it well. It's super cozy. Nothing's broken. Everything's working. Yeah, it's been good. Right, you ready? Off to the crag. Yeah. Good boy. Alright, we're just forging our way. The final approach to what you think is the crag.
Yeah.
Proper bushwhack. Faye's doing well, just rowing about, breaking trail for us.
Yeah.
Go on, Bailey. Come on.
It's over on the
Come on, that way.
side of it. Do you reckon?
Maybe. Come on, big trail, big trail. Go on. I've had my doubts that there'd ever be a crag up here. But there we go. This is it, amazing. But what an amazing location for a crag. It's a really nice, like, low, mid-grade sport venue, and it's a fantastic location. But epic bushwhack up to the forest. Look at that, what a view. Right, so this is our charging setup and hookup. So here we've got plugged into a standard Type 2 outlet with a Twizy adapter to give us a 3-pin socket in there, which is connected via a standard 16 amp hookup cable, to which splits here. One goes into the van hookup and the other one goes into an open EVSC charging station. And then out of there we've got the cable coming to charge the van, and the cable going into runs into the back of the van for powering the 13 amp outlets in there for the fridge and induction cooker. And obviously while we're cooking, I turn the open EVSC right down to like 6 amps, so there's plenty of power for powering the van. Then overnight charge at 10 amps, which yeah, works well. So tonight we're cooking coconut curry on induction hob. A good curry, and it's great to be able to use the induction hob. It's obviously a super efficient way of cooking. Uses like about 3 times less energy than standard electric cookers, but obviously huge amount. Less CO2 emissions than burning propane or butane mixture that usual camping gas setup uses. So being an EV camper, we're keen to keep this as low carbon as possible. And since we're at a charge point now, we're at a charge point in Scotland, Type 2 7 kilowatt charger. We can have the 240 volts in the back of the van and have induction hob plugged in, so yeah, we don't minimise our usage of gas. And obviously this charge point is not not costing us anything, but if we're at a campsite, we could do the same thing from a hookup.
Flat.
Now it's time for Babe to get his dinner.
Flat
But
on your mat.
he doesn't get it unless he does what he says.
Flat on your mat. Good boy, good boy. Okay, go on.
Alright, night night everyone. This is what bedtime looks like in the e-NV200 electric camper. Made it to Abingdon. It is the highest village in Scotland. We just passed the signs. There's no wonder we keep getting a bit short coming here. But anyway, we're not too bad. We've got 4.6% left according to Get Leaf Spy, and 13 gids and a kilowatt. So I reckon we've got enough for about 4 to 5 miles depending on how we drove. There we go. And we're charging in Abingdon 5%. So yeah, not too close actually. Right, time to get some lunch and switch the legs. Alright, just making the most of our last free charge in Scotland. Having a spot of lunch, some bread and cheese and coffee. Really trying to get the cheese. Here we are at Abingdon, the last free charge in Scotland, and we arrived on 5%. We've been here about 10 minutes so far. See what we're up to now. See what Leaf Spy says. 64%. There we go. 73%. So probably stay here until we're about 80, 90 or so. 95%. Make the most of the last free charge. Scotland's so good with the Charge Place Scotland network. Alright, this is luxury. 22 degrees in here,
Snack
8 degrees out there, and snap for bed. Are you ready? Sit, flat, 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 flat. Good boy. He's to Reese told if he wants. Street, leave, 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 gone. There we go. It's like a pacifier for a baby. That'll buy us like 10 minutes. Quick, so eat the cheese.